We're gonna go ahead and transition into the next part of this video, which is what I have learned from dating. So I thought I was gonna organize all my thoughts and write them out and have them whatever, but I'm just going to say them as they come to my brain, and then hopefully I will be able to make something cohesive out of it when I'm editing. Because honestly, you guys, I don't have the patience to really sit down and try to like plan it out right now. I have work at 7 a.m. and it's already 11, so I'm trying to get through this hair, get through this video, and we will see what we come up with. But okay, so a couple things that I learned from being single all this time is I really learned how to, number one, be alone. I learned how to decenter. I learned how to and how, and where did I do with the comb? Why do I keep doing it? Okay, yeah, I learned how to and how important it is to decenter men from your life. And what I mean by that is not putting them as the focal point of what you have going on or what you want to do. I do want to be in a relationship, so I have started like implementing like different boundaries or standards or little like things to like guidelines to help myself achieve the goal of a relationship with someone, because they're gonna change pertaining to the female and what your goals are, but for me, like, yeah, this is what I need in order to not hyper focus on a man or like center him. So while I said that word hyper focus, I do want to go ahead and touch on that topic. I came into this whole idea of hyper focusing on a man from this lady that I listened to on Apple Podcasts. I'm gonna link it down below. It's called Single Smart Female, and she introduced me to the idea of mentorage dating and what it is when you hyper focus on a man, and like how it kind of like basically defeats the whole purpose of what you're trying to achieve. And hyper focusing is basically when you just talk to one guy and that one guy only, and you just kind of put like all your eggs in one basket. So the problem with that is when you do that, it's kind of like you start operating in the energy of desperation and versus the energy of abundance, or the energy of a high value woman per se, or an adored woman as she would like to put it. And basically you just kind of like take away the power from yourself and give it to him, because you're like so focused on making it work with him. So mentorage dating is when you have like a roster. So that's the type of dating that I partake in. And I must say, it is difficult to have a true running roster for a given amount of time. Like, they flake. In my experience, these men have been flaking so fast. Like, okay, I'm gonna come back to that, but basically I have a 3-date rule, as far as I have to go on 3 dates with a man before I decide to go to his house or he comes over to my house. And mind you, for all you men watching this, if one of y'all date me or is thinking about dating me, I have the right to change my rules at any time, so do not think you finna get my playbook by watching this video. Yeah, I'm telling y'all what it is right now, but by the time you see this video, it'll probably have changed. So don't get too excited. Don't get too, I don't even know the word I'm looking for, but don't get sneaky, is all I'm saying. Do not get sneaky. Don't get shysty. But, yeah, so as I was saying, before I get intimate with a man as far as sex goes, or before I go over his house or he goes over my house, I must go on 3 dates outside with him. And the reason I do that is because, you guys, I am not a casual sex girly. Like, I learned that about myself. I can be if I truly do not like the man, but if I even remotely like the man, like if I'm like remotely attracted to him, I automatically think about like I automatically think about making things work with him, and I start to like, how do you say it? I start to catch feelings, basically. Long story short, I start to catch feelings. So it's like, if I already know that I'm gonna catch feelings, I might as well go ahead and try to. Sex for me is emotional. Like, I will catch feelings for a guy that I have sex with if I like him. Like, I'll catch feelings. and I want it to be more than what it is, and that's when I start overthinking it. That's when I start hyper focusing on him, and it just becomes this whole spiral of like, I need it to work, and it's like, I know that about myself. So that's why I've chosen to do this route. And when I tell y'all, the 3 dates, these men do not make it past 3 dates. Like, every time it's either me or him, somebody cuts it off at the 3-date mark. So like, for me, I'll go on 3 dates with a guy and realize I don't even like him no more. Or a guy will go on 3 dates with me and then ghost me, or some kind of way just fall off the map. Like, it's just like, I don't know what it is about these 3 dates, but God heard me on that rule, and he really stood true to what he saw for me with that, because truly nobody makes it past 3-date rule yet. Like, the guy who makes it past the 3-date rule, I'm gonna be kind of looking at him like, you feel me? In addition to that, some of my mindset around dating has changed a lot. I grew up with the example of seeing, like, my mom had trust issues with her partner, and just going from like just unhealthy relationship to another in different aspects. So one could be like physically unhealthy, the other emotionally unhealthy. Like, there's so many different things that could be wrong, and that was what my example was growing up. So for me, I decided another boundary or standard for myself is that I would never date someone or consider a relationship with someone, rather, that I couldn't trust. So that's why it was so easy for me to make that decision when I walked in on the guy in the bathroom with the girl. I was like, for me, that broke my trust. Like, if I think I can't leave you alone for 2 seconds because I don't know what you're going to be doing, I don't trust you. So I don't see this going no further. Actually, we could be cool. We could be friends. I'm not against networking, but as far as romance goes, if I cannot trust you, I will not go there with you. So yeah, because my only relationship that I ever been in, I really did not trust him for real, and that led to a lot of problems, like, in the relationship on my end and his end. Like, we just both were just toxic because the main thing was I didn't trust him, and I didn't want to end it. I still stayed in it even though I knew I didn't trust him. And let me tell you, when you lose your trust with somebody, it's really hard. Like, after that, it's kind of hard to build it back. It takes a lot of work. That's all I'm trying to say. So, yeah. Trying to think of other things to mention. Okay, in addition to that, I want to talk about my mindset on, like, and I do want to actually sit down and actually organize these thoughts and, like, do a better video than what I'm doing right now, because I feel like my thoughts are all over the place right now. But so we might do a part 2. But basically, another thing that I learned from being single is the importance of individuality in a relationship, because I feel like people tend to lose themselves and kind of like form these unhealthy attachment styles towards their partner, where it's like their partner is their everything, their partner has to fix them, their partner has to make them happy. They put their partner before themselves. They lose their sense of individuality, and I feel like that's bad. Like, I feel like I never want to lose that in my relationship. I feel like relationships have started becoming kind of like ownerships, rather. Instead of like partnerships, it becomes ownerships. Like, I own you, and because you're mine, this is how you need to behave. And it's like, in reality, we are all individuals. You do not own anybody. We can agree to be in a partnership, and mind you, this is just for me. This is my idealisms. Obviously, take it if you like it, take it if it piques your interest, but if not, I'm completely cool with people disagreeing with my take on dating, because again, it's my take. And drop in the comments, like, we could discuss it. I'm open. But these are all the things that I've been like kind of like my cycles that I've been going through as I've been going through this single journey. But yeah, just feeling like I never want to lose sense of my individuality and understanding how important it is to not restrict someone's freedom, because I in turn don't want my freedom restricted. So, for example, I don't know, just like the trust thing is a huge thing in that, because I feel like a lot of freedom gets restricted when you don't trust somebody, because now you need to own them. Like, you need to go through their phone, you need to know who they're going out with, they can't be out too late. Like, obviously you want to do stuff that is going to respect the partnership, but my whole thing is you do not need to essentially change this person's behavior as an individual, because when you agree to be with them, you agree to be with their individual self, the individual that you met when you were dating them. So you cannot change that about them, because that is who they are. And if you didn't like it, you shouldn't have gotten a relationship with them. You feel me? Not to say that, you know, we can't compromise and make changes for each other, like for the better of the relationship. I'm just saying, like, a good example of it for me is like how I dress. I've heard like some guys be like, okay, the whole Keke Palmer situation. You have some guys be like, oh, she shouldn't wear stuff like that out of respect for the relationship. But it's like, how is that out of respect for the, if I dress like this already as an individual, like, I don't understand how it makes any difference with me being in a relationship. And okay, to each his own. You get what I'm saying? To each his own. But I'm just saying, like, for me, I've always been that way. Like, I never even let my parents barely tell me how to dress. So, like, for a man to tell me I can't wear something because it's too revealing, to me, that's a turnoff. To me, that makes me feel like you don't trust me. It makes me feel like you're intimidated by my beauty and by my sexual appeal, and you don't really, like, you want to hide me. You want me to be kept a secret. And for me, it's like, I want a man who want to show me off. Like, I'm the trophy. You feel me? Like, I want you to be like, yeah, that's my girl. And you trust me to know that I wouldn't be out here acting a fool on you. And secondly, if anything I'm wearing should just make you want to be by my side and make you want to protect me. If anything, you know what I'm saying? Like, I shouldn't have to be, like, I shouldn't have to change that about myself. If I know that's who I am, that's who I've always been, I shouldn't have to change that about myself. And same with you. Like, if you know that you and your bros go out, you and your bros have bro night, where y'all have game night. Y'all all go to each other's houses and play video games. This is just a random example I'm trying to give to make a point. And all of this is situational, mind you. But you have game night with your boys, so y'all go out to play games or whatever. So y'all usually have an all-nighter and spend a night. Me as your girl, I should not be restricting you from doing what you normally would do. You get what I'm saying? Like, as long as it's in respect to the relationship. Like, if you're just with the boys and y'all be boying around, staying up late, like staying at each other's places and stuff, like, that's what you did before me. That's your sense of individualism. That's your sense of, I don't even know the word I'm looking for, but basically that's your circle. That's your boy. That's your brotherhood. Like, who am I to impede on that just because now you're in a relationship? Like, I don't want to take that away from you. And I wouldn't want you to take that away from me with my girls. So it's just with respect to the relationship, obviously. Like, I'm not trying to say you need to be going out with the boys to the strip club, hitting on girls and stuff like that. Like, now that's, that's where it gets like, okay, now we need to talk about the relationship. But I feel like y'all get what I'm saying. Just the importance of the individualism in the relationship, because that's essentially what's going to continue to keep that spark between you guys, because you realize you can be on your own, but you're so much happier together, and you two don't impede on each other's freedom. Well, that's like my ideal for a relationship. Like, When I have that, I know that I met my match. You feel me? So then the other thing is, oh, another part of this whole individualism topic is the part of the attachment styles. And I feel like a lot of people in relationships look for someone to, how do I say, like, fix them or like make them make them happy. Like, you just depend on your partner to be your lifesaver, basically, like in charge of your emotions. But what I'm trying to say is, like, I cannot be in charge of making you happy. Like, I cannot expect my man to always be able to make me happy. He can add to my happiness. Sometimes he can make me happy. But for me to always sit there and be like, he's not making me happy anymore, it's just like, I'm I'm my own person. He's his own person. We both go through emotions. We both go through life. Like, we both have these things going on. So we cannot, like, how do I say, depend on each other unrealistically. Like, that's like saying, like, your partner can never be human if you say it like that. Like, the moment that they turn human, they're letting you down. The moment that they have a bad day, they're letting you down. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not fair. It's not realistic, and it's not fair. And I feel like it's just an attachment style thing where it's like you feel like your partner has to hold so much weight on your emotions. And it's like, you have to take control of your emotions. You have to understand that emotions are just that. And that's what I've learned while being single. It's like, I can self-regulate. I do not need another person to help change my mood or get me out of ruts. I can do so on my own. Like, obviously, I want people I can lean on sometimes, and I do want people to be my rock. That's different. But to expect someone to always be able to change how you feel, it's just unrealistic. It's the best way that I can put it, and I understand that. So I don't expect that. Yeah, those are some of, like, my idealisms, I guess, that I've come to thinking of as far as this whole dating thing goes. Some other things is just also, like, being open, really focusing on my energy of, like, being authentic, because I feel like that's the other thing. It's like, nowadays you come across so many different ways on how to maneuver dating, how to have the power in a relationship, how to operate in dark femme energy, and all these different things on how to get a man to behave the way you want him to behave. But really, you just need to be you. The man who is for you is going to love you. You don't have to behave a certain kind of way. The only thing you need to do is center yourself, decenter him, center yourself, and he will love you for that. Because the things that I've worked on while being single is my self-confidence. I've worked on my mindset. I've worked on, like, just my sense of self and security. That's what I mean by self-confidence. It's just feeling secure in who I am and not feeling like I need to change that to be liked, or I need to operate a kind of way to get this kind of attention. I just started being like, you know what? This is me. That's not me. This is me. That's not me. I learned this. I didn't like how that went. Just like trial and error of seeing, like, how I like to operate, and really just centering myself, like, it just being my world and everybody just living in it. And that is what has truly helped me to have such a solid, like rock within myself, where it's just like, I'm my own rock. I don't need someone to be that for me, because I'm that when all else fails. Yeah, like, I feel like what I was getting into was just creating that sense of self, that sense of security, so that it's like, I don't have to unhealthily Like, I don't have to have unrealistic expectations on someone else. We're just an addition to each other. And my how do I say it? My love comes from within. It comes from love for myself, and that's how I'm able to pour out onto someone else so authentically and so purely. It's like a it's just stronger. It's a stronger foundation. It's not easy to break. And I don't know, it's healthy. That's the best way that I could describe it. Is I truly feel like healthy. As like, obviously, yeah, I can get hurt, I can get sad, I can get lonely. Like, yeah, I'm a human at the end of the day. But I'm just saying, from how I was like let's see, what year are we in? Yeah, I would say, like, from how I was 3 years ago versus how I am now is just like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? Like, whoa. And we can get into that story time another time. But yeah, I went through some dark times. I had to go through some real low experiences in order to really buckle down and be like, okay, let's talk about my self-worth and how I really feel about it, you know? So yeah, it's been a long time coming. But with that, I've learned these ideals, and that's how I maneuver in my dating life. I've also started to think about, the different stages, because the one thing I will not tolerate is being in a situationship. So I will not allow a man to have me stuck and wondering when he's going to be serious about me. So brings me back to the whole mentorized dating, where it's like, I don't believe in exclusive dating. I will be open to getting to know multiple men until one man decides he wants to be serious about me, like, as in boyfriend, girlfriend. If I'm not asked to be a girlfriend, then I will continue getting to know different suitors, because that for me is the only way that I'm able to really keep my options open and operate in the energy of abundance, the energy of receiving, rather than desperation and scarcity and lack and hyper focusing on a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the way that I really make it about me, is when I'm like, you know what? I'm going to be open. And when I told you guys, like, it's difficult to do this, it really is difficult to do this, because, like I said, these men do not be lasting past 3 days. But I guess the trick that I've been learning is to just keep my life so full that it's like I don't even notice they're absent. So when they do fall off, or when they don't text me, or when they go ghost or something, it's like I don't even sweat it too much. Like, I'm just kind of like, oh, haven't heard from him. And I'm just kind of like, on to the next one, on with my life. And sometimes I even get so wrapped up in my own life that I take breaks. Like, I usually get on like Hinge to meet people, because it's been kind of difficult to meet people in person down here in Miami. Like, I just don't really have luck with that for real. So I would get on Hinge to like get to talking to people and get dates going. And it's been sometimes where my friends be like, have you been back on Hinge? You talking to anybody? And I'm like, no, girl, not at all. And because I'm so wrapped up in what I have going on. Like, I'm doing this, I'm doing content, I'm doing school, I gotta keep my house clean, I gotta set appointments for myself, I gotta go see my girls, I gotta go see my family. Like, my life is just so full to the point where it's like, sometimes I don't even have time for dating. Or I feel like, I got other ducks I need to get in a row. Like, why is my house a mess and I'm worried about trying to go on a date? You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't need to worry about that right now. But obviously, I do want a relationship, so I do try to make time for it when I can, like, to actively put myself out there and be in the energy of, just being a feminine woman out here in her dating world. I hate that I have breakage. Like, this is sad, but it's just hair, right? It'll grow back. We'll get it healthy. I'm probably gonna have these tapes in for like maybe, I don't know, another month or two, and then we'll go take them out so that I can wear my hair and try to get it back to normal. But yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I missed. But yeah, as far as the different stages, there's things that I will only do with men that I date, and there's things that I'll only do with my boyfriend, and things that I'll only do with my fiance, and things that I'll only do in marriage. And a great example of that is the conversation I was having with the other guy, where I'm like, I will not be moving in with a boyfriend, because I'm not gonna move in with a boyfriend and he think we comfortable being boyfriend and girlfriend, and I'm looking like, well, when he gonna engage to me? No, ma'am, no ham. So for me, that's a non-negotiable. When we get engaged, we can start thinking about living together. Because I know some people like, well, how are you gonna know you're able to live with him and da 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 da. I'm like, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. If we really love each other that bad and we talking about something in serious marriage, we will definitely figure that out. And there will come a time and a place when we're engaged where we can start, really consolidating and seeing what living together looks like, and if that would even work. But I'll cross. And also, that's the other thing, is also realizing that I'm allowed to change. I'm allowed to feel this way right now, and maybe in a year, maybe in a month, maybe in 2 years, maybe in 5 years, whenever, I can wake up and feel completely different. Like, I could change my rules at any time. I can learn something new. I can experience something and realize I don't like it. And we're ever changing beings. So it's like, just because you do or don't like something right now doesn't mean that you will always be that way. So just allowing myself that room to grow into the person that I am, allowing that room to change and experience, that's really been my thing. Also, looking at men in the aspect of like, yes, I'm dating with intention. Yes, I'm dating because I want to be in a relationship. I want marriage. I want long term. For me, I also am okay with us just being friends. It doesn't mean that every guy that I date, it has to work out with. I understand that it can only work out with one. So with a lot of these guys, actually with 99% of these guys, it's not going to work because they're not the one. But it doesn't mean they can't be like a friend or a network or a connection or a good experience. Like, it doesn't have to be all or nothing. It could just be what it is. You know what I'm saying? Just seeing things for what it is and not making more of it has also been another huge thing that I've learned, because I'm a hopeless romantic, you guys. Like, I will watch the tarot readings, even though I'm Christian. I'll watch the tarot readings and try to understand what's going on in his brain, because he's in love with me and I know he is, even though he's not saying it, and da da da. But it's like, in all reality, you have to take everything for face value. That's the way that you do not hyper focus. That's the way that you truly allow yourself to stay open. I could go on this topic forever, but I feel like you guys get the gist, where it's basically just like, I forgot where I was going with that, but damn, I forgot where I was going with that. But yeah, just staying open is really the thing. I hate how my roots are so poofy because I can't really get them that well. But my hair doesn't look too bad. Not too shabby. Forgot what I was gonna say. But yeah, I think that kind of pretty much like, oh yeah. Just, I think we was talking about taking everything for face value. And it's like, when you truly allow yourself to decenter man and focus on yourself and your life, you don't get like, you don't get hung up on little things. Like, if a guy wants to come in and out of your life, you realize you realize that's his loss because you realize you're not gonna take him serious. But you don't have to be all, you don't take me serious, so I whatever, like that, like all this like extra rah 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 energy. You don't have to be or operate in that energy because you realize like it's only holding him back, not you. He's just allowing that space to still be open for you to be courted, for you to meet your actual husband who's all about you. You're not holding your breath waiting to hear from him. And let me tell you, this is going to work in your favor because when you have that going on for yourself, these men are always going to be looking like, what? She didn't miss me? What? She's fine without me? That's weird. Like they can't fathom it. They're so used to girls being so rah 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 about them that when a female actually don't give a damn if they stay or they leave, they don't know what to do with themselves, which really I think is really why old boy reacted the way he reacted, because I don't think that he was used to a female just straight up being like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. But yeah, oh, another thing is probably like just getting real with yourself about what you want, the qualities that you want in a man, what you expect, what type of man you're looking for, allowing him to operate in that energy. So that means if you want a provider type man, then you have to be a receiver type girl. So for all my independent girlies like myself, you have to be open to letting men do things for you. Even though you're used to being an I got it queen. You feel me? Like you can't say that you want a certain type of energy and then operate in the opposite of that. You get what I'm saying? Because then it's conflicting. The universe doesn't know what to do. Okay, I don't know really what's going on here. Trying to figure that out. It's like real like I feel like this is how my hair breaks off because the tape is so like hanging on to these little pieces that are very thin. So, whatever. What else? Yeah, just writing down the qualities that you see that you want in a partner and really just embodying the type of partner that you want to be. Like embodying those qualities that you want in a partner for yourself. Like if you want somebody who is self-aware, you yourself learning how to be self-aware. You want somebody who is emotionally intelligent, you yourself being emotionally intelligent. If you want somebody who is financially stable, you yourself being financially stable, you yourself being fit. Like when I tell you center yourself so that it's like anything that a man can do, it's almost like you're not impressed because you do it for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And so you just take it for face value. Like, yeah, that's the bare minimum. That's the expectation. Like, that's what you have to do to even get a date with me because that's what I do for myself. Another thing, like, because I want a provider man, I tell myself if a man doesn't pay on a date, then we're just friends. As soon as he does not pay, then we're friends. I mean, I never had this experience, honestly. Every man that I have dated has always taken the bill. But I know those 50-50 warriors are out there. And let me just tell you this. Anybody I'm splitting 50-50 with is a bestie, not a hubby. So, yeah. Those are the different things. I'm trying to see if there's anything else I'm missing. Can't really think about it. I guess the last point that I want to make is how important, I want to go back to the sense of security within yourself because that is a very pivotal thing for you and how quickly you're able to get out of situations that are not ideal for yourself. Because I feel like the reason we ever stay in situations or relationships that are not healthy for us or not in alignment with what we actually want are because we truly don't feel the security in ourselves without that. Like, it's like we feel like we're nothing in a sense without that. So you just have to really work on your self-confidence. I think that'll be a separate video, like ways to work on your self-confidence. But like one of the ways I could really say is like building your trust within yourself, doing what you said you was gonna do. Also, affirmations, they work really well. I swear by them. I still do them. Like, it's just really good to change the negative self-talk that you have naturally, like we talk down on ourselves. You're your own biggest critic, and I feel like affirmations counteract that. It's a way to really cultivate positive self-talk within yourself and make that a habit. But yeah, like having that confidence will allow you to pivot out of situations that do not have your best interest in mind quicker, because you realize you could do better on your own. Like, you don't have to deal with that. You have a sense of security within yourself, so you don't put up with anything that's less than that. Yeah, this tape right here is about to be gone. I know y'all see it hanging on this last thread. Ooh wee. That baby is gone. Look at that. She hanging on for dear life. That's how your hair break off with these things. I don't know. I really love them though. I love tapes. Like, I would probably do this again, honestly, even though it's breaking off my hair. I just love them. I'm trying to see if there's anything else I need to say. I think that's everything. I'll come back and show you guys the final result and end the video. I'm tired. I don't even feel like finishing my hair. I had work at 7 a.m. This is insane. At least it's not midnight yet. But this right here got me feeling like I don't even want to continue. Like, bro, I'm so tired. Alrighty. It only took me like 4 hours. It's 12:30. But I think that we're done. It's not the best job. It's definitely time for these tapes to come out. But I'm going to try to make them last at least one more month. The hair quality itself is really good. It's just they're very grown out, and my roots, it's pulling my roots, causing my hair to break off. But I'm going to just try to wing it for as long as I can. Go ahead and fix these last little pieces right here. She's pretty though. I like the way she turned out. Yeah, like the tapes are so grown out that they get caught easy. Like you can see right here. See that? That's a tape. So it's like you can see them really easy. Whatever. I'm gonna curl it eventually because I feel like it's easier to hide when they're curly. So I'll probably curl it tomorrow night because tonight we just literally do not have any time for that. Nonetheless, thank you guys for tuning in to the video. I hope that you enjoyed the story time. I look forward to doing more of these, just not as dramaful as this one was, because I thoroughly did not enjoy it. Babes, the way that my tapes are sticking out right now, I don't know how we're gonna like deal with my hair. Because it's sticking out. I don't even know like how I feel about my hair right now. How do y'all feel about it? Does it look cute? Does she look cute? I don't know. I don't know. Alright. How does this look? How do we feel about her? And just like that, she's a new bitch again, I think. I think it's cute. We're gonna have it like curly and shit later. It's cute. It's straight. It'll work. I gotta go to bed because I have to wake up like in the next 5 hours, honestly. So, anyways, this is how it looks. So it's not laying as flat as I want it to lay, which is the issue. But here's how it looks. I'm gonna go ahead and put you guys down a little bit so you can see like a good view. Here's how it looks. Still moves pretty good. It's just I can feel the tapes hanging on for dear life. But anyways, it's thick. I'll tell you that much. The hair is thick. Thank you guys for tuning in to the video. I hope that you liked it. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Let me know if let me know what you guys think. Let's have some dialogue in the comments. Let me guys know. Let me guys know. I'm tired. Let me know what you guys want to see next. What you guys would like from me. I'll probably do a video on me taking out my tape so we can just see how much damage I actually have and how I'm going to maneuver through that situation, because yeah, she's definitely damaged. But we'll get through it nonetheless. Thank you guys for tuning in. I don't know, like I look a mess. That's why I keep like looking at myself and playing with my hair, because I feel like I don't like how it looks. But nonetheless, we here. Thank you guys for tuning in. Have a good night. I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Oh, let me show you the back. How the back looks. I don't know if it looks right or not. That's how the back looks.